I caught my father smiling on my mother's funeral. It's been 7 months since my mother passed away, and there's one moment I can't stop thinking about. The day of her funeral, when I saw my father smile. Not a sad smile. Not a smile filled with good memories. It wasn't a smile someone makes when they're trying to stay strong. No, it felt cold. Almost like he was happy. Like something heavy had been lifted off his chest. That smile didn't belong at a funeral, especially not hers. My mom died after a long battle with cancer. She was sick for about 2 years, and the last few months were really hard. She was so thin. She couldn't walk by herself. She barely spoke. It hurt just to see her lying there in bed, and no matter how much we tried to help, we couldn't stop the pain. She suffered quietly. She never complained, but you could see the sadness in her eyes. My parents had been married for 31 years. From the outside, they looked like a normal couple. We went to church every Sunday. They hosted family dinners and smiled in pictures. But after my mom passed away, and especially after that smile, I started to look back on their marriage in a different way. Growing up, I noticed little things. My dad always made the decisions. He handled all the money. My mom didn't drive, didn't go out much, and rarely had friends over. She always looked nervous when he was upset. If she dropped something, she'd quickly say sorry, like she was afraid of what might happen. At the time, I thought it was just how things were, but now I'm not so sure. Once, when I was a teenager, she told me something strange. I didn't understand it then, but now I do. She said, "I'm just thankful he's never really hit me." That sentence lives in my mind. It was her way of telling me that she didn't feel safe, even if there were no bruises. At the funeral, everyone was in pain. My sister was crying so hard she had to run outside to throw up. Friends and family shared stories, held hands, and wiped away tears. But my father didn't cry. Not once. Not when the priest said a prayer. Not during the slideshow of her life. Not even when we lowered her casket into the ground. And then the priest said, "She's in a better place now." I turned to look at my father, and that's when I saw it. A quick smile. Not kind, not sad. A smile that looked relieved, like he was finally free. I can't explain the feeling that went through me in that moment. I was shocked, angry, and heartbroken. For the first time in my life, I felt like I could hit him, and I've never been a violent person. But that smile, it broke something inside me. Weeks later, while cleaning out my mother's things, I found something hidden in her sewing kit. It was a small phone, a burner phone, not the one she usually used. At first, I didn't know what it was for, but when I turned it on, I saw messages between her and someone from our church. I started reading. Most of the messages were simple, checking in, talking about prayers. But one message stopped me cold. It said, "If I go before him, please tell my kids I tried." I was just so tired. That message crushed me. It felt like she was speaking directly to me, even from beyond the grave. No, my dad didn't kill her. Cancer did. But in my heart, I believe she died slowly in more ways than one. She died from the sickness, yes, but also from years of feeling stuck, years of walking on eggshells, years of being too scared to be herself. That kind of stress wears you down. It takes away your energy, your voice, your hope. And now, whenever I think about my mother, I also see that smile, that cold, quiet smile on my father's face, the final clue to a life I never fully understood until it was too late. I ask myself the same question over and over. Did we fail her? Did we not see her pain because we didn't want to? Did she suffer in silence just to protect us? I may never know the full truth, but I will never forget that smile, and I will never stop wishing I had seen the signs earlier.